So talented, you tapped in with PPhilms. What's the word, man?
Chillin', man. How you?
I'm Gucci, man. Listen, I just want to start this off by saying, thank you for coming on my platform and giving me the opportunity to help tell your story, all right?
Nah, thank you, man.
Word. I want to take a brief moment to just talk about, how we met. I think it's a pretty dope story. I remember you was doing the Busy Banks, the Busy Banks
show, yeah.
At what is that? Nouveau Cafe?
Yeah.
And I remember I was like, yo, man, I do interviews. Listen, you think you connect me with them? And then we worked something out, and then we did it on the spot. So I just want to say on camera, I appreciate you for that. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Facts. And everything you bring to the culture, you know what I'm saying? Here on PPhilms, we try to help the viewers get to know SoTalented, an entrepreneur, but also SoTalented a person, you feel me? So it might be personal questions, but it's only to let the people that love you and what you represent get the pleasure to get to know you on a deeper level, all right? So where is SoTalented from?
SoTalented, I'm from Queens.
Bad, but what part?
Right by Queens Village, near Elmont, not too far.
Okay. Bad. Growing up out there, what was it like for you?
It was pretty cool. I just played a lot of basketball.
Yeah.
Like shit like that. I just went to school, really.
Got you. So I know you said you was playing basketball. What age did you start?
I really don't remember. Probably like 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh damn.
Like young.
Got you. Now was you playing basketball? Was you nice at it? Was you like what was that like?
Yeah, like when I started taking serious, probably about like 12, 13. That's when I started taking serious. Before that, I was just like shooting around, going to the park and shit like that.
Got you. Bet. How about music? Was you always into music as a kid?
Yeah, I would listen to music. Like I always loved listening to music since I was a little kid, like rap. But like working in the music was like not when I was little though. That was later on, like when I was like 17ish, probably I'd say. 18.
You said what music was it when you was younger?
Rap, HipHop, a little bit of R&B.
Got you.
Shit like that.
Got you. One of the questions one of the subscribers had was, what's your nationality?
I'm Indian.
Got you. Okay, bet. And I guess they were kind of like, they were like shocked to see that you're in the culture, you're listening to rap, and they wanted to know like, what was it like? Like, how did your family feel about it? You listening to rap and all that?
They didn't really care what I listened to. It is like, I don't really think they believed in the vision until they seen like the money coming in from shows and stuff like that. But before that, they didn't really like, they was kind of confused. They didn't really know what's going on.
Yeah, that makes sense though.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
They want to go to school and shit like that.
Yeah, it's not a traditional job. You feel me? So that makes sense. You said it yourself, that this wasn't planned. So before booking artists for shows, what were you trying to do with your life?
Shit, probably go to the NBA.
NBA?
Yeah.
Word, hoop dreams.
Yeah.
Word. So, you start going, I know you tell the story about how you eventually got into throwing the shows and everything. You say it started off by going to shows and something happens that make you start booking artists. What happens? Tell the people.
I went to one of the shows with Lil Durk, and I bumped into Davies, and then we kind of got cool, and then like, I think 2 weeks later, somebody seen I posted a picture with Davies, and so somebody hit me up from Jersey, like booking for a show. So like I just really put it together. I was like the middleman, and then from there I really learned like I could use my connects and like go crazy.
Got you. Was this somebody that you knew that was reaching out to you?
Somebody I follow on the gram. Like we didn't really know each other, but like we just follow each other.
Got you. So they just seen you with a picture, and they just felt to themselves like, yo, you know what? Let me just reach out to see if he can book him.
Yeah.
Why you? Like, why did they think you could do that?
I don't know. I guess it'd be harder to maybe like get to their management or the artist.
Okay.
So maybe I'll do it faster or something like that. I don't know.
Got you.
Most of the time that's how it go though, cause like somebody can't get in contact with their management. They probably just hit me up and get it done. Stuff like that.
Bet. All right. So I know, like, at that point when you first get him in contact with Davies, at that point, are you going by the name SoTalented?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And what does it mean?
It's a lot of talent. I mean, like, it mean a lot of things really, but I just always had that name, like, just playing like Xbox as a little kid and stuff. Like I would always had talent in my name. So when I made Instagram, I just put like SoTalented. Nobody had it, so it was like really random. But
stay with that. What is the job title at this point? You know, you've been doing it for a while. When you walk into the door, how do you explain to somebody what it is that you do?
Like a celebrity booking agent, I'd say.
Gotcha.
Event planner, like stuff like that.
What's the, for people that don't know, what's the process of booking an artist for the, you know, and that whole process? What is it like booking?
First you gotta get a venue, and then you gotta get an artist, and then pay the venue and the artist 50% up front, and then the rest of the day of the show, and then from there you just gotta go crazy, sell tickets online or however you're doing it.
Yeah.
And yeah, just hope like the promo goes good. You really got a promo.
Got you.
Got promo a lot.
Got you. You know, like, cause a lot of people don't really check their Instagram like that. How do you, like, let's say somebody's just starting out today, like, yo, you know what? I have the money, but I have no followers. Like, how do you get in contact with the right people, or even get people to reach back out to you? Like, how does that?
I mean, it's really all about connection. As long as you know the right people, and like, that's really all it is. Like, you just got to network. Because one person, you might know one person that know 5 other people that can help you put something on, like make a play work out, you know?
Got you. But, you know, when you are working with these people that you're booking and everything, what's your responsibility?
As far as the artists?
The artists. And you could go from, what's your responsibility from getting the artists into the city with the venue? Like, what do you have to provide?
Definitely keep the artist safe. I mean, of course, try to sell the event out, and then just really make get the fans a good show, like an organized show, because nobody like a messy show.
That's a fact. Are you responsible for how the artist gets around and things like that?
No, not really. I'm really more responsible of like what happens at the event. They come there on time and stuff like that.
Got you. You know, for the people that don't know, who are some of the people that you have worked with?
G Herbo, Davies, Jay Critch, Ross Swish, Skate Flock, B Love, Playboy Cardi, a couple other people too, like a lot of New York artists and Atlanta.
Got you. What would you say? Because I know you said you were booking people first, and then you started throwing shows yourself, right?
Yeah.
What would you say the difference between booking an artist for a show and throwing a show yourself?
Difference? I mean, if you throw a show yourself, it's like you did it, so it's like an accomplishment. You feel me? Yeah. Especially if it go good, so it's like, damn, I really did that myself. And versus like just getting a booking for an artist.
Gotcha.
You know?
It's definitely cheaper to do just booking the artist as opposed to throwing.
Oh yeah, because I'm not putting no money up for that. I'm just
venue.
Yeah, I'm just being a middleman. But then versus me doing my own show, I got to put up the money for like the venue, artists, all that, security.
Gotcha.
So like that.
As we stated before, you have worked with artists such as G Herbo, K Flock, Ross Swish, B Love, Busy Banks, and many more. You know, which artists did you have the greatest experience with, and why?
I'd probably say Lil Durk, because that's where everything started. As far as me like meeting other artists and like getting into like the event business. Yeah. So probably I'd say that.
Tell me about that. Like, how did you even lock in with Lil Durk? And
I used to go to a lot of concerts. Like before he really blew up, that was like one of my favorite rappers. So like, I used to go to a lot of concerts. It's probably like the 3rd one I went to. We got like chopped it up, and then he invited me to like the after party. That's fine. And then from there we just like locked in.
Yeah. Did you pay for like a meet and greet or something?
Nah. I used to just go to the shows, and like I think the 3rd show, like he remembered my face for me to show me love, like. Oh shit. So like shit like that, yeah. Wow. So. Cause he wasn't really that big yet, so like, for him, like he really he appreciated it for me probably.
Yeah. So you going to and now this was happening in New York or?
Yeah, New York.
New York. So every time he came, the 3 times he came, you was at the show, building with him, and then what happens next?
Just networking, like from there I met like Davies, and then I think like G Herbo had locked in with too, and then just like more and more just kept going.
Bad. Now how about the artists or the artists you worked with that it was kind of like not the best experience or it didn't go how you planned?
Probably, I don't really know. Probably, I ain't really had no really crazy shit like that. I probably said like DThang, just cause like the whole situation that happened probably.
Yeah.
But other than that, nothing really crazy.
Got you. That, you know, I seen you post DMs with you possibly working with Pop Smoke, but he passed away. You know, does that create like a sense of urgency to work with an artist right away?
Yeah, cause you gotta catch them when they hot, cause like you don't know what's gonna happen, bro. It's just crazy. So I try to really catch somebody as quick as possible, cause you might wait on it and then it might be too late.
Yeah. When you guys were speaking, you know, you obviously were trying to lock in a situation to have a show for him.
Yeah.
From the time that y'all spoke, how soon were y'all looking to even throw the show?
I'll probably say like a couple months from then.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
About like 6 months or so.
Yeah.
But like that'll be the max though, probably like 2-3 months.
Damn, man. And did I know you probably didn't get to speak to him often, but did you get a sense of like his vibe, energy, what type of person he was from the?
I mean, I feel like he was just like a go-getter, like money for me. Like if you hit him up, like he's gonna get to the bag. Like for me, like as far as anything when it came to that, like cause I hit him up for a show, and he just straight up like sent a number like, yo, text me. So for me, most artists don't really do that. Like, so I think that's cool.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah. You know, I know you have you got a lot of artists. You get a lot of artists when they're hot, but still they're kind of underground for the most part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you ever deal with artists changing up on you after they got on?
I mean, like probably like some of them might get like a little Hollywood, like a little. I wouldn't really say Hollywood, but like maybe a little Hollywood, like extra busy. So like that's really what it is, but I don't really pay mind to it.
Yeah, I guess that would be how you deal with it. You just keep going, focus on your business.
Yeah, you can't just focus on one person. Like,
Yeah, I know. I know before we spoke, you told me about the relationship you had with Young Dolph, and how you didn't work with him, but it was just like a genuine relationship. You know, so you know, let the people know what it was like meeting him, and yeah, let them know the extent of your relationship.
Just like I was a really cool dude, like humble, and just always like stay motivated, like, and he'll always tell you to stay motivated, and like for me to show mad love, like if he fuck with you, he just like show you mad love for me.
Yeah.
As far as like going to the studio, like just come to the show, like you know, all that other shit.
But what do you feel like it was about you that he just gravitated to?
I ain't really going. That's a good question. I don't really know. Cause at that time I wasn't really like that big yet, so I guess probably just the relationship I had with my son Rhetoric, cause he had put like me and him in contact. Okay. So he probably did for me. Shout out to Rhetoric though.
Watching the news the day that he died, you know, what went through your mind?
At first I didn't really believe it, cause like I really just seen him a couple of weeks ago, so I didn't really believe it. And then when I seen other people posting that I knew him, that's when I was like, damn, for me, so that shit hit different.
Damn, yo. Like, you know, when people always say, you know, they have these conversations, because he obviously died in his hometown. People have these conversations about artists. It's imperative that artists do their thing, figure out a way to get out of their neighborhood. Did that like kind of enforce that idea in your mind when you seen that happen to him?
Yeah, no, at the same time, because sometimes like you might just go back to the hood or like your hometown for like maybe even a day or like a couple hours. And like something could happen, like you might not even be doing anything, you might just be like going to visit somebody. So it's like at the end of the day, I don't think artists should be like banned or like not allowed to go back to their city, for me. But at the end of the day, everybody want to go to their hometown. Yeah. Home city is like, so.
Yeah, I guess it's like for safety measures, it's kind of like, is it worth it sometimes?
Now, sometimes you can't really go back to the hood, bro, because, I mean, not even the hood, you can't go back to where you're from, because that's where you get the most like hate from. Yeah. Sometimes it's like, just better to stay out of there. But
I feel you.
it's hard to like, you know.
Yeah, no, that is difficult. Yeah, you know, what were your conversations like? What were the conversations like with you and him?
He just always told me to like stay focused and like just like for me do me, like be your own boss. Just like whatever you like want to do, just do it. For me, like he was really like always like what's that word I'm looking for? Like
Motivated.
yeah, for me hella motivating, bro. Like for me.
The That's what's up. But do you feel like at this point, like you've healed from that?
I mean, not yet, man, cause that shit just happened. So I still like, it's still like different, cause shit just happened out of nowhere for me. So that shit was unexpected, really.
Yeah.
Cause Dolph don't really bother nobody, so it's like he just stayed to himself.
Yeah.
For me, that shit just like people be hating and shit.
Damn. But I know you've seen everything going on with Drewski and on the radar saying basically they're not really supporting drill rappers who are making diss records. You know, when you've seen that, what goes through your mind? How do you feel about that? Being that you are someone who works closely with drill rappers.
I see where they're coming from for like some parts, like as far as like a lot of people dying and stuff. But I still think like, I mean, shout out to Drewski because he's been like supporting like drill rappers. So I don't really think he's talking about that. I think he's talking about more like dissing the dead and shit like that. So like I'm not really, like, I don't think people should be dissing the dead because that can go left for me. So other than that, I don't think they should be trying to stop the like the drill music as long as they're not dissing nobody, because I mean, people gotta eat too. They gotta feed their families and stuff. Yeah. They like sometimes the music help them get out the hood and shit like that.
Yeah, that's a fact. My thing is like, how do you make drill without dissing if drill is dissing?
Yeah, I mean, I guess no name drop maybe, I don't know.
Word, right?
That's the only thing I really think of.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Have you ever, like, being that you work closely with these rappers, do they ever speak on how they feel about that?
Like the drill artists I work with? I mean, they're not too happy with it because it's gonna stop a lot of people's like music being played and like shows and stuff like that. So yeah. But I think some of them probably understand where they're coming from a little bit, but I don't think they're happy with it.
But you know, there are artists who are getting a lot of views, and there are artists who, you know, they can sell tickets. You know, how do you go about knowing whether or not an artist can sell tickets or they're just good online? Like, how do you go about deciphering?
You got to do your research and see what cities they got fans in. So sometimes I go to like Spotify and see the top 5 cities. Yeah. But it don't always pop up. But when they do that, that could be helpful. But other than that, you just gotta do your research. Maybe like ask around, like if you got like an Instagram, to see who they want to see or what cities they want to see them in. So like, that's how I really go about it.
Okay. You know, I hear so many stories, you know, of people stealing like money in the business or just doing like, you know, shady things in his business. Like, have you ever dealt with things like that?
Not really, because most of the time I work like by myself, so I'm not really. So I'll say no.
Okay. Yeah, that's a blessing.
Yeah, not for sure.
Stories I heard. Word. How do you deal with last minute cancellations for artists who just don't show up, you know, to a show? And has that ever even happened?
You said when artists don't come to the show?
2 things, like last minute, like canceling last minute, or them not even showing up. Has it happened, and how do you deal with it if it happens?
Like last minute cancellations. If it's like something else besides the artist not coming, I probably just reschedule it, or just cancel and get the fans the money back, or just postpone it. And then people not showing up, I'll probably say like, I don't think that. I had an artist show up like late to a show before, where I had to refund everybody. But other than that, like that's where I learned my lesson. So I always tell the artists come like 30 minutes early now.
Gotcha. So you never had a situation where the artist never showed up, right?
Nah, only late. That's about it.
Gotcha. That's what's up. You know, I wanted to know that too. Like, you know, what happens if they can't sell a ticket? You know, how do you handle like that? How do you handle it? If last minute you realize, oh shit, this is not making as much as I expected it to make.
Either cancel it and just move on, or I say postpone it like a couple of weeks and just try to do better job at promo.
Yeah.
But sometimes it don't even be about the promo. Like artists might not be hot no more.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like it's just weird.
Yeah. You know that? Do you see that a lot? Like artists, let's say the beginning of the year, the people was demanding to see that artist, and in the middle of the year, end of the year, it's just quiet. Does that?
Yeah. I see that should be happening. Like
how? Like what causes that?
I don't know. I think maybe not being consistent with like either you got to be consistent with dropping music and doing shows, like because shows make you lit too in a way. So people see a lit show, they gonna want to go to your next show.
Gotcha. So both are equally important.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Bad. If they can't sell, if an artist can't sell tickets, do you lose out on your deposit?
Nah, cause you like for the most part you should have a contract, so contract will have everything on there. So for the most part you don't really lose nothing. You might lose on a deposit from the venue, cause that's not the venue fault. It might, feel me? So like that, you might lose on the money from the venue, or they might just let you do a different date.
Yeah.
So that's really up to them.
Gotcha. The reason I asked that because I'm sure you brought up DThang before. There was a situation between DThang, you, and everything, you know. But before we get into that, you know, how did y'all put that show together? Like, how did y'all connect?
Oh, DThang?
Yeah, how did you connect?
Oh, he had reached out to me on Instagram, and he just wanted to do a show, so I decided to put it together. Like I think a couple of weeks later, something like that.
Okay, where was the show supposed to be?
It's supposed to be in Queens. Okay. I think.
Got you. And eventually, you know, it came out that I guess they were trying to say you didn't pay him or something like that.
Yeah.
But what did end up happening?
So basically I seen, I think it was his manager, somebody posted on their story. I think they even tagged me, I think. And he's put, go tag SoTalented and tell him, like, basically he was saying that I was the reason for the show being canceled because I ain't pay people. But that was never the case because the show was supposed to happen that same day he posted that. And then, like, I seen that post, and then I think a fan hit me up saying that he's locked up. So I'm just trying to figure it out. So, like, basically there was lines saying I ain't paid him, but it didn't make no sense because the show didn't even happen. And for me, the fans telling me he's locked up, so I didn't really know what's going on. And then I had to come out and say what I had to say because they can't really, like, tarnish my name like that for me, so.
Yeah. Did he get locked up the day of the show or prior?
That thing I really don't know, bro, because I think I spoke to him maybe a couple of days before that, so I'll say he probably got locked up maybe either that day or like the day before, because nobody really knew. So it was just random.
Gotcha.
For me?
Yeah.
But any artists I know like that I work with, I always pay them, so it's never about that, bro.
Yeah. So them saying you didn't pay, like when do they're saying you didn't pay the full or you didn't pay the deposit?
Nah, because the deal we had worked out was he was supposed to just get the bag when he came to the show. So, like, he never came to the show. There was never no show, so it's like it didn't make sense. I ain't pay nobody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So basically,
because some artists don't take deposits. Like, it might be their first show is like they just hit you up like, yo, for me lock in the show. So like I just sell the tickets and pay them day of the show. So like some artists I do a deposit with, some I don't. Really depend for me.
Yeah.
So that's how it was.
So y'all agreement was when you come to the show, you will be paid X amount of dollars.
Yeah.
Got you. So he never came, so that's why he didn't get paid.
Yeah. So that's really all it was, though.
Okay. What was the story with the 17 tickets? Like, I'm not gonna lie. Some of my subscribers was like, "There's no way, you know, DThang gets a whole bunch of views. There's no way." But
yeah.
So what's the story with that?
I mean, it might have been because it was a secret location. So like some fans might not want to know. They might not want to buy a ticket before they know where the address is at. So it could have been that or like bad promo. But I mean, he get a lot of views and all that. So like for me, it didn't really make sense. But it probably just like I guess the secret location, but I don't know.
Yeah, but he really just sold 17 tickets.
Yeah, something like that. Nah, for me.
Okay. Well, it is what it is. You can't. It's not your fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm hearing, it doesn't sound like your fault. What I'm hearing. So for me, I enjoy doing interviews and knowing these artists' stories and them telling their journey. I love doing that, you know, and I love being the one to have an artist tell their story on my platform for the first time, you know.
Yeah.
Why do you do what you do, which is getting them booked for shows? Like, what is it? What goes behind that with you?
I would just love like listening to music. So now it's like I could book some of my favorite artists, put them on stage. So it's like a different type of feeling, bro. It's like if you could do what you love to do, like why not? For me.
Gotcha. Being that you do those shows, I'm pretty sure you got your ears to the streets and you're always watching for the next up and coming rapper. You know what I'm saying? Who are some rappers in the city that you would like to work with and do shows with, up and coming?
Fabio. Like upcoming or anything in general?
Up and coming rappers.
So they can't be lit already type shit.
We could do lit and then we could do up and coming.
Alright, so people that are already out there, I'll say like Sleepy Hollow, Favi.
Yes.
Who else? So Jeezy.
Okay.
And then probably upcoming artists, I'll say like Dougie B. Who else hot right now? Definitely trying to do more shows with Quelly Wu.
Okay.
Rod Swish. Who else? My son Shawnee Bin Laden. J Bucks too. He about to go crazy too. Man, that's what's up.
You know, I know you have a lot going on for yourself. You know, what's next for SoTalented?
Just really go crazy with like just throwing a lot more shows, a lot of bigger shows, get my clothing brand like litter, and just really going crazy with the shows.
Bet. Got you. You know, this is something I do on my platform with every interviewee. For 2021, you know, a lot of rappers been going crazy, you know. So I asked everyone that come up here to name a top 5. If you had to put a top 5 NY drill rappers list, who would be in your top 5?
Top 5 for the last year?
Yeah.
K Flock, B Love, K Flock, B Love, Dougie B. Probably say Shy K.
K Flock, B Love, Dougie B, Shy K. We got one more.
The last one would probably be like, I say like DThang.
Okay.
They all like had the Bronx going crazy.
Yeah.
Brought a lot of attention back to like for me.
That's a fact. So we got K Flock, B Love, Dougie B. Who was it? DThang and
Shy K.
Shy K. Boom. That's a pretty solid top 5. Word. So before we go, I asked every interviewee to name 3 people they want to see tap in with PPhilms. Who will be your 3?
Tapping with you.
Reserve.
On point like OP.
That's a fact. Gotta get that.
My boy Rod Swish. And then I don't know if he did Dusty already. Probably. I don't know.
Nah, but that you don't. That'd be a dope one too.
Yeah. That'd be a good 3 right there though.
That's a fact. Listen, SoTalented, before we go, is there anything you'd like to tell the people?
Just stay focused and keep doing what you're doing. Don't let nobody tell you nothing, cause I mean, look at me. I just got here randomly, really, but just kept working.
There you go.
So
that's what's up. Listen, man, I wanna personally just thank you and show appreciation for all you're doing for the culture, and I wish you the best. You heard?
good looking, buddy.
No doubt.